Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Charge Collective, the podcast that is here to help you become the best version of yourself through teaching health, wealth, and happiness. Guys, we've got two podcasts that we have at the moment. We've got our Tuesday quick fiery podcast. This one's going to be a short, sharp one where I jump on there with a quick idea that I really want to bring you guys. And then we've got our Friday recap with Jimmy Esler. We jump on here when we talk a bit more deeply about life and some things that we're sort of coming up with at the moment. So for today's podcast, guys, with our short, sharp, fiery episode, it is on the speed of implementation. So this is something I've really started to think about a little bit, and it's really started to grab me because I was sort of thinking about what makes people successful and then what leaves the others in the dust. And over the last couple of days, I think it's really starting to become clear to me is like the speed of implementation. So the speed that when you have an idea and you turn it into an action. So once you hear about that idea, a lot of people hear stuff and they just sit on it for a long time. So they're like, oh, yep, that could be a good idea that I could really go and do something with that. And they'll just leave it there. But the really successful people, they have the idea and then there's that speed between making that idea an idea and then making it actually a result or making it a process or anything along that line. So they take action to it. So it's from the idea to that action zone. So where we get the implementation, we have that idea, and then it's like, how long does it take us to have action on that idea? And in this evolving age of AI and everything out there, you've got to be super quick to have the idea and turn it into an action, or at least have the idea and figure out whether you want to like go with that action or not, because there's so many ideas out there, and I feel like some people get stuck on this one idea and they might get stuck on it for years. So they might go quickly from like the idea then to the action, and then they get stuck in the wrong action and they're going over that trying to get results along that after that action, and it's really a bad sort of way that people get caught. Whereas if you are quickly about getting the idea, okay, is this idea going to work for me, do I align with this idea, and then you implement it, you take it to idea to action, that is like the key point. Can you work with that? Is that going to work for you? Do you see it working? And then the thing is, you've got to be able to push bad ideas away as well. The thing is, so many people get all these ideas thrown at them. Yep, idea. And they just like try and spread themselves way too paper thin. This is what I done last year. I had so many ideas. I just spread myself paper thin over everything. And it's all about picking the ideas that work for you and being like, and saying yes to those and saying no to the other ideas. So in this time where it's super critical, guys, I really, really hope you dive into the speed of implementation. So whenever you see these ideas on any podcast or anything like that, just always give yourself like a little bit of time to sit back and think about those. For me, like one that I heard about yesterday was about Bitcoin mining, and I'd never really thought about it. And it was quick, it was easy, and I was just like, all right, I'm going to have a look at that. I searched up the websites and I sat down for about 10, 15 minutes and I was like, okay. And I'm still a bit on the fence about this one. And I'm like, is it a fuck yes or is it a fuck no? Like, do I really want to dive into this and spend a bit of money on it? Or is it something that I'm like, okay, it's interesting, but I don't want to put my time towards it? Because you've got to really be specific on how you spend your time these days. So that's just a little tip for you guys. And it's also, I'll give you one more thing that I learned over the last couple of weeks. One of my mentors, Adam Hudson, he, for the last probably 6 weeks to 2 months, has shared an AI wealth trading system. And he's put it all over his social media, and a lot of people have really died. I think he's had about 800 people sign up through that. So a lot of people started at the start, and then obviously everyone started sharing it along the process. And some people found out and they sat on the fence for a long time. And they got to when Adam Hudson was like, okay, we're about to close the fund. And there was a fair few people that missed out on this fund. And that's what really made me realize, like, so many people sit on the fence. So if you're sitting on the fence, really, really focus on making your decision whether you're a yes or a no. Stop sitting on the fence in life and start diving into stuff head first or stepping back and putting it away to the side. I really hope this is like helpful for you guys. I wanted to make it short and sharp so that you can actually have some takeaways from this. But always think about how can the speed of implementation in your life become faster in identifying yes or no things that you want to go after. I hope that's helpful, guys. I really love yous and have a great rest of your week. Catch us later.